So, the sun is the metaphor of the supreme consciousness. Taittiriya Upanishad says, Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahman. Brahman is the definition, name in the Advaita language, Advaita, which is Shankaracharya, Vivekananda, and Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. I don't know if you all know Ramakrishna Paramahamsa's name and Vivekananda's name. They have full name is Ramakrishna Puri. Swami Vivekananda Puri. Did you know that? I didn't know it till some time back. What is this Puri? Shankaracharya is the Puri Sampradaya, and from there came Totapuri, who was his disciple, and Totapuri became the guru of Ramakrishna Paramahamsa and Vedanta. And you and I have learned this Vedanta from who? From Swami Vivekananda's journey, 1893, 11th of September, Chicago World Religion Conference. He brought the whole world down with uproar. What he said, sisters and brothers of America, bringing what? This Vedanta. You know what he told? 1893 is 54 years before independence, 1947. 54 years before. And he told the Americans and the Britishers, when pre-independence time, we Indians in India were called Kalu, Blackie. Do you know that? And we were called slaves. And they were called His Excellency, Her Excellency in our own country. And Vivekananda goes in 1893, courage of Vivekananda, 54 years before independence, goes to England and America and tells them, stop being a sheep. Come to me, I'll teach you how to be a lion. Keshari, Bharat Keshari lion is on Vedantic principle and philosophy. I just talked to you about, he talked. He said, I have not come here to teach you to take you to heaven. But understanding this, who am I? He said, let me show it to you that I have come here to teach you to stop going to heaven, because if you want to reach heaven, why not make it here, right now, this moment? And in our school, we are always wonderfully telling at Victorious Kids Educators that if you want to reach heaven, make it here. And you can. By what? By just knowing that. What do you have to know? I am that. Aham Brahmasmi. How do you do that? Very simple. Little bit of understanding in this summer vacation. Slowly, every week, 2 or 3 small sessions, we will take you across through YouTube and Instagram for you to quickly understand. And through fun, through summer and fun way of Advaita, I wish somebody had taught me. I wouldn't be like this today. I would have been much more wiser. You're lucky. And let's take on the journey. Now, I give you a little metaphor. The sun is like the supreme consciousness. Have you ever realized that power, which is that supreme consciousness, is with you, with me, and where else? Everywhere. Whole universe is permeated with infinite consciousness, which is the creator of this universe, this world, this earth, and we call it Ishvara, God, as per Advaita Vedanta Taittiriya Upanishad. Now, this supreme consciousness is lighting up everything and bringing into life through Sat, and Sat is existent, and Chit is the consciousness, is through this. And when you understand these two, just understand it, just know it, you become Ananda, you state that Ananda. Even if your hand is little hurt or broken, you are not affected by it. Just like Paramahamsa Ramakrishna, Paramahamsa Yogananda, Jesus Christ, neck is chopped off, but he is in bliss. He resurrected himself. Those of you who have studied a little bit of Bible, Good Friday he was absolutely crucified. But Easter Sunday he rose again to the divine life. I'll take you across more on this journey. Now this supreme consciousness, imagine it to be, let's say, our story that we hear about Rama. Rama is supposed to be consciousness, isn't it? Rama is consciousness, Rama is God, is Brahman. And Rama one day came and asked Hanumanji, Hanuman, tell me, what do you think of me? How do you relate yourself to me? Very good question for a guru. Hanumanji did pranam and said, Deha buddhya dasoham. When I look at myself as this body and limit myself to the body, I am your servant. He said, Jiva buddhya tadam sakha. Meaning, when I look at myself, this sentient being, meaning mind, brain, name, form, function. Mind, brain, name, form, function. Nama, Rupa, Babhara. I say, I am your part. I am a little wave, you are the ocean. I am a tiny part of you. You are the huge infinite universe. I am a tiny being with this limited being. You are too great. I am too small. Jiva buddhya tadam sakha. And then he says, Atma buddhya tameva aham iti me nischaya buddhi. Meaning, when I think of myself as the supreme soul, supreme spirit, supreme consciousness, you and I are one. We are not separate. Which is what it means is I am that. And who is that I? This I. Who am I? You know, it's got two I. One is a tiny small I, which is what? Reflective consciousness. And the big I is the supreme consciousness. Supreme consciousness is Ishvara, is Brahman. Now, a question came to me, what is the relationship, sir, between that small I to that big I consciousness? You and I are a little confused. Not confusing at all, very simple. And the small I to this body, and the small I to this mind. Very nice question. Drigdrishya Viveka, I referred to you all before this book, I'll again share with you. Drigdrishya Viveka answers it right in the first question and subsequently in 22nd verse. What does it say? It goes ahead and says that Karmajan, the moment I relationship with the body, as long as I have body, I will have reflective consciousness. That's small I. Who's I? This me, Robin Ghosh here. This is how you always, everybody thinks so. Boy or a girl, adult or grown up, a small baby. Vedant Kute and Vedant is kicking. He knows, I am Vedant. How old? 6 months, 1 year old. Already started off, I. And this I, one is a mind function. Okay? Which is a smaller function, and the bigger function, another I, is called reflective consciousness. Another name is Ahankar, ego. I am Robin Ghosh, this body and the mind and the name. Another I is the reflective consciousness. Reflective consciousness is making you listen, talk, learn, do things, eat things, enjoy things, have fun. I like it, I don't like it, I understand, I don't understand. Comprehension, memory, everything put together. It's called the function of the mind. Now, reflective consciousness in this mind has got here 4 functions. One is that mind, understanding, not understanding. Second is memory. Mano, buddhi, intelligent. Chit is the memory. And ego. Mano, buddhi, chitta, ahankar. That ego. Remember, I told you ego has got 2 functions. Now, what's the relationship with this body? Karmajan. As long as I am alive, as long as I am doing karma, I will have reflective consciousness. The moment this body dies, reflective consciousness, like a little balloon with the 4 functions, mano, buddhi, chitta, ahankar, goes away, searches as per Vedanta another body and takes a rebirth again and again and again till it attains oneness with Brahman. Second, what is the relationship with the mind? Sahajan. Drigdrishya Viveka is telling Karmajan, Sahajan. What is Sahajan? Easy. As long as I have a mirror in front of me, my face will reflect. Have you ever thought, you see your face in the mirror, but did you ever think that face is not me? It is not you. It's your image. That face which is you is here. It's not there. That's the image. You are beautifying that face by putting color into this real face or making shaving or whatever you're doing. But that face is just an image. You know, this mirror image has got a great something. This little face, you can see it. That's the function of the mirror. What is so great? Otherwise, you can never see your face unless you have a reflective surface. Did you see that? Your eye cannot see your face. Your eye cannot see yourself. It can see the image. It can see this hand. But the hand cannot say, this hand cannot say, this Robin Ghosh is mine. But the Robin Ghosh can say, this is my hand. This is the difference between eye. Now, reflective consciousness. Now, what is the relationship of mirror and the image and that mind and the reflective consciousness? Sahajan. As long as my mind is there, it will reflect. Remember the example, moon and the sunlight? As long as the moon is there, sunlight will reflect at night onto the earth. Moon and the mind is one. Sahaja, easy relationship. And the third one is what is the relationship of this reflective consciousness to the supreme consciousness? What is that? Now this is a very powerful, very important question and very powerful answer. You know what is it? Drigdrishya Viveka says Vrantijan. What does that mean? It means stupidity. In Himalayas, the yogis, the monks, they say Beokufi ki matra hai sirf. When you try to pick relationship between reflective consciousness and the supreme consciousness. You say, what? All these days we have been learning about Vedanta, consciousness, body, mind, consciousness, consciousness with reflective consciousness, no relationship. Now, none with reflective consciousness to the supreme consciousness. But wait, supreme consciousness is you. And you have relationship with the reflective consciousness. Like what? Like the sun is reflecting on a bucket of water or 10 buckets of water on the garden. And midday sun. Have you noticed 10 buckets of water will have 10 little sun? Those are called reflective consciousness. Or a puddle of water, or a little river, or a little pond. You can see the sun. What is that sun? Reflective consciousness. But it is of no value. If this bucket is little cracked, what does the gardener do? He will take a new bucket and he will pour this water into the new bucket. Now notice what is happening. With the water, the reflective consciousness also goes there. Otherwise it will leak out and the old bucket will die. So it takes a new bucket or a new form or a new life. And that's the journey of a beautiful you and I. And have a little look at it. Do try. This is a beautiful holiday. 1 or 2 lines and send questions. You're welcome to ask all the time. I loved enjoying sharing with you this little knowledge of the ancient India's rich heritage. You know the beauty? The beauty of Vedanta says that those of you who have taken the journey towards Vedanta, first, you must have done something great in your life. Otherwise, you would not come into it. And second, the moment you begin to understand, just beginning to understand, not become Paramahamsa or enlightened master, begin, all your suffering, sickness, disease will start to vanish away and there will be no shortage. What does it mean? Infinite affluence. Infinite affluence definition as per Vedanta is becoming aware. What is aware? Consciousness. Reflective consciousness is awareness. My very special namaskar and pranam to all of you. Welcome.